Sure, that's not a problem. I mean, we just had to take some time there to recover from the fact that both Marcus and Byron there botched their perception plus alertnesses. So, by all means, you eventually arrive at the newly refurbished O'Malley Real Estate.
Marcus is a little on edge.
I went ahead and put your tokens within the building, but by all means, you can be outside of it as your vehicles arrive.
Marcus is going to scan around as he exits to the van, and then he's going to quickly get inside the real estate building.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
assuming
sure. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Assuming there's no one on the streets, I'll make sure we get all of our weapons inside.
It's gonna take more than your hands to it'll take you a few trips to haul everything you guys got.
Well, I'll make sure the others help me to get the weapons inside.
Byron's going to say, let's go get a bag or a trash bag or something before we start carrying stuff. Yeah, it's, what is it, around midnight or something at this point, Grimith?
Yeah, sounds fair. 12:30.
I mean, Match gave me a duffel bag. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, Marcus has a duffel bag, but it's full of ammo.
Yeah, so Byron will duck in, get a trash bag or whatever's handy, and bring it out to cover it up before we take it in.
Alright. Aaron, what would your man like to do?
While they're all doing that, he's going to pick a nice place to park where he could probably get to the trunk of his car within about one round of sprinting, at most.
Okay.
I want to know what Jermaine thinks of the rest of these people after they're all paranoid, neurotic, stopping in the middle of Astoria, looking around. I'm just...
Well, maybe you'll have an opportunity to ask him then.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. It's just hilarious to me.
I mean, clearly these people have ample reason to need to hire a mercenary.
We thought you were lost. Nope. Okay.
Okay.
Jermaine takes care of his vehicle.
And once he's done with that, he'll help them carry shit in.
Okay.
All right, Byron's going to suggest going down to the basement. Can we even get in there? It's torn up, but is it safe?
Sure.
I like that there's still pictures of the laptop there.
Yeah, I just noticed that too.
Never, forever in our hearts or something like that.
Please don't mind the broken everything.
Yeah, Byron's going to look at Jermaine and say, this is the type of crap we've been dealing with, and this is why we need your help. Are you still in?
The stacks and racks and the tables have been newly been brought in to try to reorganize the notes and everything, but there's still a lot of bad things that happen to the concrete and the floor. It's a little bit uneven.
Looks like something serious went down in here.
You could say that.
How many really pissed off vampires have you had the pleasure of meeting?
Few.
Yeah, it was that.
But to the matter at hand, I believe there's the thing about payment.
That there is.
So you want some blood from all of us or from one of us?
One of you per month.
Well, boys, who wants to pay the man?
Byron will shrug, saying, all right, I'm game for the first month.
Plus a flat personal fee, as well as a reimbursement for any ammunition or property costs that I suffer.
Byron will nod as if, seems all normal to him. All right, we can settle that up as well. And whatever you need, Byron will pay you, or set up a contract or whatever you want to do with that.
We can hammer out the details later.
All right, well, Byron will find a cooler Dixie cup and use a knife, put some blood in the cup.
Now, while you're doing that, I hope that we could clear up what exactly my responsibilities are going to be during this time. Where do you want me stationed? What do you want me doing? Obviously, this is just in general terms. I can do other things as well if they're needed.
Well, turning to the other two, I'll say, I don't think that whoever's attacking us is probably gonna attack us during the middle of the day. So nighttime would probably be best for us.
Right, and also the people that have been attacking us, they're not going to know your face unless they tracked us tonight. So we might be able to use you to catch them unawares, shall we say, in the future.
In my experience, the best way to catch a vampire unawares is during the daytime. If you find out where they are staying, I'll deal with them. Now, how about you inform me exactly what troubles you're dealing with so that I can handle them accordingly?
Barn will look to Marcus and Joseph for any objection, but then he's going to start telling them pretty much everything he knows about the Blue Sedans, the three guys in there, the big guy that used to have the axe, and all of that. He's going to leave out the part about David, though, because I don't know that that is required for this.
When he's done with most of that, I'll tell him that we may have more information in the future, but at the moment, the vampire, our friend who was went a little angry in here, and hence the state of the room, was incapacitated. And we are hoping he'll wake up soon to clear things up for us.
I see. What sort of investigators do you have already working on tracking these attackers down?
Not much. Our contacts are not the type of people who normally handle this. We have some connections with the police, but they've been able to give us very little. And that which they did give us ended up in the hands of our friend who is now incapacitated.
Right. We do have this disk with a corrupt file on it we were unable to view. If you know anyone that could perhaps unencrypt, uncorrupt this, that would be greatly appreciated. But if not, well, we're starting from almost square one at this point.
I'm afraid that's not my field of expertise.
Well, I have an idea then. As recently as last Saturday, I was being tailed by the Blue Sedans. So here's an idea. You tail one of us as they go about their daily business to see if the Blue Sedan happens to follow them.
I doubt
I can
that'll
try
be
that.
I doubt that'll be helpful considering that they've been, well, extremely careful with staying very far away.
Well, we could all go to Elysium, because that's something we might normally do. And last time they followed us into Manhattan, so maybe they'll do the same this time. Jermaine can just follow behind at a safe distance, or even just meet up at Elysium an hour or two later.
Then I guess the extent of what we want you to do is essentially come here sometime just before or after dawn. And if we're not here, to just hang around and make sure no one's attacks the offices. And if we do come here, to join us on our adventures in stupidity.
Do you have a daytime contact here at the offices that I should be taking instructions from?
Yes, that would be my assistant, Evelyn O'Malley. She's a redhead. You'll know her when you see her.
I'm sorry, when I said dawn, I actually meant dusk.
The information's still valid.
So basically, the Joseph the Crazy Malkavian's like, actually, no, completely nix everything.
Scratch that. Reverse it.
And could I get the contact information for each of you?
Yeah, Byron will give the office number, his cell number, and Evelyn O'Malley's cell number.
I'll give him all the numbers I have and inform him of Raining Craig.
You can contact me at any time of day or night at this number. And then he hands them each a card.
You got business cards.
I'm a classy mercenary.
Right. Marcus?
Here's my apartment phone number.
Just enough.
I don't have a cell phone.
You might want to look into investing in one of those.
Usually when people call... In my experience, when people call you on a cell phone, it's usually just bad news, and sometimes you don't want to hear it. So I like to wait.
Right,
But
because
yeah, you're
ignoring
right.
a problem always makes it go away.
True, but I'll look into getting one eventually.
No, I mean, Byron didn't say that. That was just out of character on my part.
The number that Jermaine gave them, by the way, is his cell phone number.
Hey, Sean, what's Joseph doing?
Do you mean on screen, or I've been talking a little bit, but for the most part, when he's not talking, he's staring up the stairs, checking just basically staring at the closed door.
I thought so. Go ahead and give me. Just you, Joseph, the Perception plus Alertness difficulty 6. That is 3 successes.
I have tactical too, so if it's something related to being ambushed, that probably is 4.
Okay. You're not noticing or hearing anything. As you keep your vigilance. Other than the 3 kindred inside the basement with you. Well, the 2 kindred and the ghoul.
If that Dixie cup's been filled up, by the way, Jermaine's going to start sipping at it.
Yeah, all right. I'm pretty sure Byron's probably done, and I don't even know if he needs. Well, I guess he needs to get bandaged a little bit to stop up the blood.
So Mark is going to ask a little personal question. So when and where in Vietnam did you serve?
If that's okay, I'd rather not talk too much about my tour. I got sent home with a piece of shrapnel through my leg.
I know how it is. I was in Nam in 71 to 73.
I was out by then.
I know how it is. And then I had to deal with the war here. Anyways. I hope this business arrangement turns out to be a fruitful one, Jermaine.
As do I.
That reminded me, Joseph, of something. Jermaine, how much do you know of the current state of politics in New York?
A fair bit. Anything in particular?
Nothing, just make sure you're informed of everything going on.
Well, not everything, but some of it.
The broad strokes, at least.
Sure.
Joseph,
Yeah, what do you want?
Joseph,
go.
you are perceptive enough. There's the faint sounds of an emergency vehicle, probably a police siren, that's somewhere within the vicinity of being hearable, even though you're in the basement of O'Malley Real Estate.
Then I'll get gun out and go up to the door, not open it, but just listening to it.
Okay, Jermaine, Byron, Marcus, Joseph has just pulled out his gun and without explanation has headed up to the first floor of the building.
What is that crazy Malkavian doing now?
Well, if Jermaine hasn't finished his drink yet, he'll finish it, take out his sawed-off shotgun, and head up as well.
Byron will grab the SMG, said, man, trying it out sooner than I figured.
Marcus is just going to shake his head and grab his new shotgun. His new baby.
While they're all sort of dancing around, coming up the stairs, I just turn back to them and tell them, I'm probably just being paranoid, don't worry about it.
Paranoia is a healthy thing to be in this city.
As you all come up onto the first floor, all four of you can clearly hear the emergency vehicle. Definitely a police siren. It's somewhere nearby, but it's receding quickly away in the early Sunday morning.
All right, Jermaine will put his gun away.
Yeah,
Joseph.
Byron will head back down and just put the gun back down on the table or wherever it was before.
Joseph will put his gun away, but he'll stay standing where he is.
Marcus is going to do much the same. He's just going to set his shotgun down on the table and go like, well, paranoia.
For once, I can relate with our erstwhile companion.
From what I understand, this place was shot up pretty bad. I can't blame you.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any way to figure out what that was all about. Wonder if we have a contact at the police station. Do we have any access to just regular patrol records or anything like that if we cared?
You could certainly try to get a hold of the minor contacts who could, perhaps with some persuasion on your part, get you a hold of that. But, I mean, it could be anything. Like, I want to hear about that drunk driver who was weaving about in Astoria so Joseph can shank him in the spine.
Well, I just meant that maybe they would keep us updated if they're already on the streets, because we persuaded them to look out for those cars to begin with. Maybe they would be telling us if they
Right,
saw
yeah, if there was a situation which pertained to you folks, then that might certainly happen, but there's a lot of other things that happen in a metropolitan area as big as New York City. If if you want Mikhail Vargas to, call you every time, there's a, petite larceny or, a misdemeanor for menacing in the second degree or...
Right. No, it was just a state of affairs type thing I was thinking of, not calling them up this very second. Because, yeah, even contacts would get kind of bored and upset if you call them every 5 minutes. I just heard a siren. Oh, my gosh, what was that? Yeah.
You would very quickly lose your contact.
Right. Oh, well, no, Bond will say, well, what now? I'm cool with trying out that Elysium trick tonight, see if we're followed, or we can wait till tomorrow or not do it at all. Up to you guys.
What's Jermaine doing, Aaron?
He's just going to kind of stand around, listen, chip in if he feels like there's any information they should know, but otherwise,
All right.
he's mainly going to try to be the sort of quiet, omnipresent bodyguard type.
So he's going to be hanging around Joseph while Joseph just stands there at the top of the staircase looking around?
More or less.
All right. Well, we know how observant Joseph is being. How observant is Jermaine being? Go ahead and give me a perception plus alertness difficulty 6. Four successes. Police sirens just continuing to trail off further and further away from the building.
Turning to the others, I'd rather hold off on trying Elysium for tonight. I'd rather that be a first thing as soon as the sun set sort of thing.
Okay. Well, is there anything else we need to get done tonight? I don't know. I mean, we can sort. I guess we should put away these guns, huh?
Nah.
Do we want to keep our weaponry here or take that with us wherever we're going to go?
It's a good question. I mean, Byron will take the SMG and probably take the body armor, and maybe that bag that Marcus got had ammo for us all, right?
No, it was for Marcus.
Okay, I was just wondering how many clips we got. It doesn't matter. It's 9mm anyway, so he has all that. So he'll just take the gun and the armor, and nothing else was bought by him.
You said a steak.
That's right. Thanks for reminding me.
Marcus is going to be like, I'm just going to take my shotgun home with me. Unless you guys would, disagree with that.
The only concern would be keeping it concealed if you're going to be walking around in subways. But if you stick it in your duffel bag, whatever you do with it, should be okay.
Are you sure you want to carry around a shotgun with you everywhere? I mean, we don't own all the police here. Someone stopping you in the street's probably going to start a little bit of a fuss.
So we're just going to shove it in the duffel bag. No one will say anything. If anyone asks it, just say it's sports equipment.
The perfect answer.
There's somewhere in the offices we can stick something where we're sure no one else is going to touch it.
No. That might have been kept in, special boxes on the basement, but, bad things happen to those. I mean,
Whoops.
if you just went like Evelyn to say no one's allowed to come into the basement, you could certainly do that, or if you want to put in box yourself. But it's a pretty small establishment. You have the basement here, the first floor, and then the second floor is pretty much Evelyn's office. And people are still going to be going into that. They probably won't do a whole lot of snooping around, though, since Evelyn works there, pretty much.
Then I want to get when I get a chance to, want to get a heavy duty chest or something that locks. Doesn't have to be like super all steel, impenetrable. Just be enough that if someone wants to get into it, they actually have to break into it.
Okay.
Just when I get
It's
a
worth
chance.
reminding that for a vampire, that would probably be nothing at all to
Oh
break
no,
into it.
I'm not worried about someone breaking into it. I just worried about someone running across it on accident. If it's locked, no one's gonna run across it purely on accident. Just something that the three of us, can only have the keys to. Maybe Evelyn too, and maybe the others.
Okay.
But something that the people working in the offices aren't going to just come down and, hey, what's this? Oh, why is there an AK and grenades and a mortar and the keys to a tank lying around?
They might be curious about, like a locked chest or what have you, but beyond that.
Well, I'm sure that there's enough people here that Evelyn just telling them that it's confidential files or something is enough to dissuade anyone that's not actually already trying to fuck with us, at which point them getting into our heavy-duty weapons is a mild concern.
Sure. That's assuming that, someone doesn't just pick up the chest and take it outside of the building with them.
We're gluing the chest to the floor.
They say, yeah, if someone's powerful enough, maybe has a dot or two of potence, spins blood for the strength. You can like flip over a small car with that amount of power, so I think you can pick up a chest that's glued to the floor.
That's it. We're using Gorilla Glue. You gotta have at least 2 potents to break that.
Oh
Two
shit.
bones two bones if your name is Joseph.
Um, yeah, but no, I'm not worried about anyone actually stealing our weapons. I mean, obviously I am, but not worried about it as much to actually do something about it. I'm just worried about someone saying, oh, hey, there's an AK and all sorts of weapons and grenades and stuff, and then calling the police.
If you certainly wish to keep the new firepower that you bought here at O'Malley Real Estate instead of with you, Joseph, that's certainly not hard to do at all.
Yeah, well, I already have shotgun in my car, and I switched out those cars if I get out and jump in a new car. And my pistol on me. So the AK's mostly if we're planning to do something.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, works for me.
So,
and
go ahead.
the other thing I want to do is check their weapons and get new rifling for them, so that we'd have unregistered barrels.
Oh, you insult Match.
Oh no, it's not about that. It's just about paranoia.
Please feel free to pitch this to the other members of the group, including Jermaine. Share in character.
Well, to the other 3 there, well, to the other 2 there, I'm not worried about Jermaine. Jermaine's, I'm assuming, is handling his own weapon. On top of things, I'd rather grab a new set of rifling and pins, if possible, for our new weapons, just to be on the paranoid side.
I don't know. Byron's going to think for a moment. He's going to say, but Joseph, if any of these weapons are dirty, wouldn't it actually help us a little bit if evidence went the wrong direction if it ever came up?
That's a point unless someone manages to get their That's a good point unless someone manages to get their hands on the weapons too.
But if they did, new rifling wouldn't matter.
That is actually a surprisingly good point.
That's also why I prefer smoothbore.
Shotguns have smooth bores.
Precisely.
Yes, they Well then, I guess I'll agree with you. I guess I won't bother with that.
Yeah, if it comes up and becomes a problem, I just say ditch the gun over anything else. If you suck to be ditching an AK-47, hey, if it comes up, shit's really hit the fan.
You can always buy ones for match.
Assuming we're not all dead.
Or worse, broke.
You lack the cash, match don't have what you need.
Man,
Does Match accept secondary forms of payment?
Well, like what?
I don't know.
Big
blood,
bricks of
maybe?
heroin.
Yes, bricks of heroin.
Match, doesn't, do a whole lot of drug business, but, for a trusted customer, perhaps other means of payment could be arranged. It certainly wouldn't be impossible if you wanted to say, I don't know, be bloodbound to Match.
Just
You
saying.
got what you need.
Just saying. We have ways of getting what we need.
Yeah. You can hear his voice in your head the entire time. I've got what you need. I hate my life.
That's okay. I mean, you know, they can just throw Marcus in the back of that van and he'll be quiet all night.
Well, he won't be quiet. He'll just be gibbering.
Well, he'll be peaceful. Let me put it that way.
You see this rifle? It's a smoothbore rifle. I last saw it 30 years ago. Oh my goodness, do it was so beautiful.
Rifle?
Yeah, smoothbore rifle. That's what they used in Vietnam, right?
That's called a musket.
Yeah? Is that why he did so poorly in Vietnam?
He was using us.
No, I mean he's got a rifle. It's just he prefers shotguns.
Why do you have a musket? I'm old-fashioned like that.
It's
I'm
fucking
very
swampy
interested.
jungles of Vietnam. He's pulling out powder to prepare to shoot the musket.
Got a fuck powder horn and a pouch full of balls.
Don't worry, Jameson. The redcoats won't get you.
Why the fuck are you using a musket? I'll have you know this was very advanced for my day.
Charlie won't be getting us with this.
Here, I'm gonna be right back. I've gotta swap my laundry over to the dryer.
Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break at this point then.
Okay.